All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach McCarthy. We're here with Elijah Hansford. We have Brennan Lewis, and we have Colby the Cheese Young over there. Join us today for our NFL recap and review. Going to do it just a little bit differently than we have before. We don't have quite the same graphics that we normally do, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, fellas, we ready to go?
Yep.
All right, let's see what we had here from last week's games, and we'll talk about next week's games when we start going. All right, Colby Cheese. Your Brownies look pretty good there in that game versus the Jets.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's been having himself a couple good weeks.
He had a really good game. He had what, 3 touchdowns, and looked like Njoku was his big target in that game, huh?
Yeah, that's been his target almost all 4 weeks that he's been playing. He's been looking for Njoku to get the ball to him.
Now, what happened with I saw Amari Cooper was out of the game. What happened there? You know?
They said it was a heel injury.
Okay.
He tried to warm up and then he decided just
Just wasn't going to work out.
set it out. Yeah.
All right. Either one of you fellas watch this game otherwise?
I didn't have a chance to, no.
No. I saw the score, and it looked like Cleveland got up early, 34 points in the first half, so it was pretty much over before it started for them.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So I just don't think it's looking good for the Jets, and it looks like they're going to bench Wilson the rest of the way. So I think his tenure might be
It was
done.
actually Simeon playing that game.
Yeah, it was Simeon playing
Yep.
quarterback, so I think it might be all done for Wilson, unfortunately. So the next game that we had was the Cowboys and the Lions.
Of course, there at the end of the game, we had a bit of a controversial call. I don't know if either of you guys saw that.
I did. Yep.
Of course, Taylor Decker supposedly didn't report, although there was video footage of him actually doing
Going
so.
up and
Yeah.
staying. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Lions' game to win.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, at the end, coaching kind of cost them. Shouldn't have really gone for 2 there.
3 times in a row too.
Yeah.
3 times. So
I think so.
I saw they got it, but I guess the guy didn't check in. Is that what it was?
So
Yep.
you can see in the video where he went up to the ref to report,
Yeah.
and the dude got the reports mixed up.
Oh, about who was
Yep.
supposed to be reported.
Yeah. So
So that messed up their formations.
yeah.
Interesting. I mean, this could be a potential playoff game right here coming up.
Yeah.
The next couple of weeks of seeing the Lions and the Cowboys. So a great game, and it was good for everybody to watch. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for the Lions. All right, next game. We had the Patriots and the Bills. Anybody catch any of this one?
I did
I
not.
don't think so.
No, I didn't catch this one either. I don't know what how it looked. I mean, the Bills played well. Josh Allen, no touchdowns. Hasn't really been throwing in as much lately. It looks like with the new coordinator, it looks like they're going to be running a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which is good because James Cook has been tearing it up recently. Maybe not so much this week, but that's to be expected with the Patriots' good defense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at the end of the day, it was once again the Patriots' offense that couldn't get it done. And Bailey Zappi had not 1 but 3 really bad interceptions.
Yeah, those are always going to hurt you anytime you're going to be getting those.
If you have
picks
3
like that.
interceptions in a game, it's
And to only lose by 6 is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean they were in it. Other than those
Yeah.
three turnovers, those really caught him. So what do we think? Is Parcells done? Is he on his last year? I'm thinking it might be his.
I
last
think
year.
so. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think he might have ran his course there. So the Falcons and the Bears. Bears actually put a lot of points on the board. So that was good for them. Fields had his touchdown throw, and looks like they were all over on the ground game. Khalil Herbert with 18 carries for 124 yards.
That's a big game.
Khalil Herbert is a really good runner. He's very elusive. He can catch too. He's a really good runner. So I'm not terribly surprised to see him do that. But against the Falcons defense, that does surprise me.
Yep.
The Falcons do have a pretty good defense, but again, same thing with Atlanta all year. It was their quarterback play costing them once again with 4 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not good. And Heineke and Ritter just haven't been able to quite figure it out. We had DJ Moore, 9 receptions for 159 yards. I mean, that's a big day for him. And also a big day for Herbert. So if the Bears can figure out that offense, they have a lot of weapons and some things they can use. See if they can get things going in the right direction for them. And it looks like they're going to get the number 1 overall pick. So I think they're only going to get better moving forward.
Yep.
And the next one we had was the Raiders and the Colts. Minshew Magic still coming through for the Colts. I think they're still highly in the playoff race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yep.
Winning in.
So we'll talk about that here when we get to talk about our preview for next week. It looks like Jonathan Taylor had a good game, 21 carries for 96 yards and a big touchdown. Minshew just he wins ball games. They might not be pretty, but he's going to win you some ball games.
Yeah.
Did you see where he was talking about where Max Crosby was talking to him during the game? He's
Uh-uh.
like, he's just an angry person, but he's not angry. He's just mad all the time. And it was funny.
Aiden
The
O'Connell.
reason his nickname is Mad Mad.
Yeah.
He could definitely play. Hopefully they can get him some help. Looks like Devontae Adams had a hell of a game, 13
Yeah.
receptions and 2 touchdowns. So that's going to be good for your fantasy. And Zeus Zamir White, 20 carries for 71 yards. So it's a good day for him on the ground. We'll see what the Colts can do. Got that playoff game coming up, and hopefully they can get things going in the right direction for them. All right, let's get this going for the next one. All right, we had the Rams and the Giants taking each other on. No Delvito, huh?
Nope.
No,
Did he get injured or what?
he got benched.
They benched him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Really?
benched him last week.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Tyrod Taylor in the game. He's been playing a long time.
Yeah, you haven't heard him in a while.
No.
And he just pops out of nowhere
Yep.
for different teams
That's
too.
usually how it is too. You don't hear from him for about 2 years, and then he starts playing. Local product. Wan'Dale Robinson had 1 carry and 1 touchdown, so that was a good thing for him. 24 yards. It doesn't look like Saquon could really get going for the Giants. I mean, they don't really have just a whole lot. Stafford with those 2 interceptions and had a couple touchdowns there.
Rams clinched a playoff spot after this win, so good for them.
Good for
Now
them.
they can rest starters next week. I think they are already announced that they're resting Stafford, Williams.
Probably Puka.
Probably.
No,
Yeah.
is actually not resting.
He's
They're
in?
resting Cup and Donald, and I want to say that's it.
I'm saying they're probably trying to get Puka to get that
think
rookie
rookie of the year.
record.
Yeah.
He gets, I think, 27 more yards, puts him
Who have the record?
over the
Yeah.
record for
That's interesting.
something that's been standing for 63 years
I
already.
think he's got a shot at it. So it's getting to the end of the year. Puka's still in the race for rookie of the year. Is he
I
kind of?
think so. I think he's walking away with
We talked about Bijan earlier, but he kind of had a couple games where it just wasn't really.
it, going for it.
After Stroud got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think definitely Stroud would have been in the mix.
I think if Houston ends up winning this week and clinching a spot, I think it'll be between him and Puka.
That might be what Stroud needs to get him over if they can get that spot in the playoffs. So we'll talk about that when you get a little bit closer.
Shocker.
The one that surprised me is the Eagles just can't get it right.
They can't.
Yep.
figure
They've
it
been
out.
struggling.
So I'm not sure if teams are really figuring out how to stop them, which I'm thinking what's going on. Because the last couple games, they've all kind of been close.
The one thing they can't figure out is the tush push. They can't figure out how to
No.
stop it when the Eagles do it.
Yeah.
But they can figure out everything else. And to be honest, I don't know if it's just because Jalen's not playing well. I mean, you see, he's not really passing for a lot. 157 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Touchdowns are
Really
good,
not
but,
running it much either.
No.
The
70
91
yards.
Yeah.
The thing that jumps off me there, you look at Arizona scored 35 points. They only had 6 in the first half.
Yeah.
So it came back with 15 in the third and 14 in the fourth. I mean, those are big turnovers and big switches in the momentum as far as what's going on the scoreboard when you start scoring that late.
I think this poses the question, considering how poorly the Cardinals have been this season. Does Kyler Murray get another season under center for the Cardinals?
Oh, that's a hard one. The 3 touchdowns at the end of that game really helped. It beating the Eagles probably helped. I think they might stick with him, but I think he might be on a shorter leash.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's panned out for him real well. There was all the stuff early on with the contract and how much time he was putting in on film.
Yeah.
So that really got him under the bus, for lack of better
I think
terms.
they're going to give him another chance just because of how well he's been playing ever since he came back from injury.
And it looks like Connor had a great day, 26 carries for 128 yards. So that was really good of him. So let's see what else we got going on here with our games. Sorry, we're doing new stuff with graphics for everyone. So we had the Saints and the Bucks.
Bucks had a chance to clinch the division, rest starters next week.
Yep.
Unfortunately, couldn't pull through.
Couldn't pull it out.
This division here is getting tough with the Bucks and the Saints and the Falcons because if the Bucks lose this week, Saints or Falcons can clinch it with the win.
Everybody's kind of in that 3-way tie, and that's going on in the AFC as well, where there's the 3-way tie in the South with the Colts and the Texans. I believe the who's the other one? Jaguars.
Yeah. They're all right.
So you have a lot of teams that are really right there, kind of in that mix of ready to go. All right. And in our next game, we had the 49ers and the Commanders.
was tied up to 10-10.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like it was a good game going on. We have Malachi joining us. Sorry, we don't have a camera for him today. I'll let him jump on mine here in a second. I mean, the 49ers are going to continue to roll. They've got their playoff spot locked up. Whether or not they're going to rest some starters, we'll see. Looks like McCaffrey got a few less touches than normal. Elijah Mitchell got more carries coming out of the
Well, keep in
backfield.
mind, Christian McCaffrey did leave that game early with an ankle injury. It
I'm aware
doesn't
of
seem
that.
too severe. So they're going to rest him this week as they already locked up the first seed.
Yeah,
You might as well not
Yep.
risk it for anything.
Yeah, it's
I
not-
did see where they taped up his ankle mid-game.
so hopefully they can get him squared away. We'll see what the 49ers can do moving forward in the playoffs. The next game, the Panthers just can't
Can't figure it out.
get it going. And did you fellas see what happened with the owner of the Panthers?
Yeah,
did see
Yeah,
that.
that was
Threw the drink and it cost him a significant and hefty fine.
yeah.
it was
1,000.
3,000.
Yep.
So we'll see. Jacksonville fighting for that playoff spot at 9-7. They're in the AFC South tied up there, so that'll be coming down to the wire if they're going to get that spot. With CJ Beathard leading them into the playoffs, I don't know that Jacksonville's quite the same team as they were with
Lawrence.
Lawrence leading them into the
Apparently,
playoffs.
Trevor might play this week, but I'm not totally sure on that.
If they need the playoff spot, I can see them risking putting him in the game
Yep.
because it's getting down to that point for them. Looks like Etienne had a great day, 16 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So those are all good numbers for him. All right, the next game we had was the Dolphins
Blowout.
and the Ravens. So, first quarter, the Dolphins were in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Dolphins were in the game basically until they weren't. And when they weren't, it was pretty much
It was
over.
bad.
And I did not expect Baltimore to put up this many points.
Yeah, I was expecting a closer game.
I think we wouldn't talk about this last week. We wasn't
Uh-uh.
here. But nobody expected this out of two really good teams
Uh,
playing each other.
I think the point total was what people were expecting, but I don't think people were expecting Miami to be down.
I don't think people were expecting it to be this one side.
No,
No.
not 56.
The
I mean, this was
Dolphins-
bad.
The Dolphins are still struggling to win against any team that is above 500 on the year.
So that'll be interesting because this is a potential playoff matchup just the
Yep.
same, the Dolphins and the Ravens. And it's going to be at the same place. The Dolphins are going to have to go up to Baltimore to play.
Yep.
Not a place you want to be in January and February trying to play. I think Miami sounds a lot nicer
Yep.
Yeah.
than Baltimore does. No offense to the Charm City, but it's a little chilly up there and not for everybody. The Titans and the Texans, Will Levis just couldn't get it going, was very frustrated. Looks like they had Tannehill in there for a little bit. We have CJ Stroud back. I don't know to what extent. Doesn't look like he had quite the numbers that he did previously, but he was back on the game for them.
CJ Stroud keeping the Texans in playoff contention, of course. Now they're just one win away from the playoffs.
Trying to get
Maybe the AFC South title, and what a season it would be.
Of the 3 teams, the Texans, the Jaguars, and the Colts, I think the Texans could make the most noise
I think they have the
Yeah.
best shot.
in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
For sure.
I think they're going to give people more to worry about than anybody else. Now, if Lawrence is back for the Jaguars, that's a different story. But as of right now, just not. And in the Eli Hansford special, the Steelers made a little bit of a comeback, if I'm not mistaken. Seahawks had them down for a little bit.
I mean, it was really a close game all around. The defense didn't exactly play up to what maybe most people would expect.
The
But I
standard.
mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Seahawks defense could not stop the Steelers for anything. I mean,
Looks like
2 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns.
George Pickens with 131
yeah,
yards.
those are some good stat lines, especially like you said, Pittsburgh rushing 122 yards for Najee Harris, Pickens getting 131. Those are all good days for those fellas.
I mean, Mason Rudolph didn't even have to do any much. I mean, you see, he didn't even throw a touchdown, but he's
No.
not throwing interceptions, and that's
That-
important.
That's the
Yeah.
big thing. He only took the 1 sack there and no interception, so that's going to win you some ball games.
The thing that really cost the Seahawks at the end of the game, though, was the strip sack by the rookie Nick Herbig.
So like we said, those turnovers are going to get you.
Yeah,
That's
I think
right.
George Pickens is showing himself late in the season, why he deserves to be a wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he had some issues the last couple weeks, but he can definitely play and he can go get it.
Yep.
I did not see this one. I did hear about the benching of Russell Wilson.
Yep.
That's going to be a really interesting scenario for the Broncos about how they're going to move forward.
That's
If
supposed
they're
to be
gonna move
their-
forward.
That's supposed to be their guy for this year too.
Yeah, they gave up a decent amount of capital to get him.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, it was a contract extension, so this is technically the last year of his Seattle deal, and starting next year is the start of his 5-year
Yeah.
contract. that the Broncos gave him. So they have the option to cut him.
Before it all starts.
I believe they already said they will. I think.
That'd probably be the best decision.
I think he
Yeah.
might be on his way out.
Yeah.
It never really worked for him up there. I don't.
This move is a fireable event.
This is the legitimate conversation. Was he a product of the system in Seattle, or was he really that good of a quarterback? He had a great defense in Seattle and had a lot of surrounding cast that could support it.
Yeah.
And they kind of fit him into what worked and what worked well for them. Throw the ball deep to DK Metcalf. Where can you go wrong with that?
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see if the Broncos can figure it out, but I just don't think it's going to work out for him. The Bengals and the Chiefs, from my standpoint, kind of like we saw from the Dolphins. The Bengals were in it until they weren't.
Yep.
Once they weren't in it, they were all the way out.
This game was a slow bleed.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it was a really slow bleed. I mean, Chiefs just kicked field goal after field goal after field goal, and it really didn't feel like the Bengals could get much going.
No, the offense was really slugging along.
Yeah.
Browning had a decent day. I mean, he's not turning the ball over. He's making some passes when he needs to. They just couldn't get any big plays when they needed them.
Second half, Kansas City was sending 6, and Bengals O-line just could not stop him.
Yeah, I was about to say,
sack,
six
and he
sack.
had
Yeah,
a bunch of pressures on him.
That's
from
not-
what I think.
That's not a good day when you're
Yep.
taking 6 sacks. So you got to try and work from around.
That's always been the
Yeah.
Bengals' problem, though.
Couldn't
is
get the ball
O-line.
moving.
At the end of the day, you're not going to make playoffs if you go 0-5 in the division.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's usually a bad thing. The Sunday night game, I did not catch this one. The Packers 33 and the Vikings 10. Doesn't really look like the Vikings could get just a whole lot going. Jordan Love with a decent day, 256 yards and 3 touchdowns. We'll see which way they go if they're going to be in the playoffs. I think they might be able to make a little bit of noise if they can get in there. Aaron Jones had a good day.
I think the Vikings would be their best bet would try to be to get a quarterback. And
I think they're going to extend Kirk Cousins after the season.
that too, because
I
they
think they're gonna give
have
him a 2-year deal.
their wide receivers are what.
They've got some guys that can go small.
Yeah.
They
I
just
think
got
they're
to
gonna-
have the.
I think they're going to give Kirk Cousins a 2-year deal. I
Maybe
mean,
they'll
seeing
get,
how they completely fell apart after
After he left,
after he
yeah.
got-
Yep.
Maybe
You can't really give him much more than that because he's 35 years old.
Yeah.
Put a backup behind him, let them learn for a
Yep.
couple weeks.
maybe they'll get old Russell Wilson up
Yep.
there and see what he can do.
Mm.
All right. So this is the last week of the NFL. Talk about a few things. All right. The first game on the docket, we got the Steelers and the Ravens. And I think I'm going to pass over. Come here, Malachi.
Malachi.
I'm gonna pass over to Malachi here. I got to explain to him how to drive real quick. So Malachi, come to this screen, and that'll be the next graphic that comes up.
All right.
And here's the one we're on. So I'll let you guys square that away for a little bit.
Are we on
Steelers Ravens. Yep.
Yep.
Steelers Ravens. All right.
First game.
Eli.
Don't fall over.
Well, Steelers need a bit of help to get in the playoffs, sitting at 9-7 currently. There are 3 plausible scenarios I see. Of course, the Ravens are resting Lamar Jackson, so they're going to get a bit of assistance there. But they could either get a win and then have either Jacksonville or Buffalo lose. And then there is a scenario that they could make it. If they were to lose, it's really complicated though. But I'm going to go with the Steelers just barely. It's going to be a barn burner. Steelers Ravens usually is.
Yeah, I agree.
17-13, Steelers win.
I think since they're setting Lamar up, Steelers have a better shot.
Yeah, I think it's still gonna be a good game, but I think the Steelers are gonna end up finding a way to creep past them.
Yep.
I got the Ravens.
Up dog. Hey, you know what up dog? You know, feels like up dog in here, Malachi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
What's
it
up, dog?
does. Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Next game here is the Texans and the Colts.
I think this is gonna be
Minshew Magic?
this is gonna be a good game. They're both gonna be trying to fight for that #1 spot in their division. I think CJ Stroud's gonna have a good game, and I think Houston's gonna creep past Indiana.
What do you got there, Eli?
I think this game is going to come down to coaching.
Mm.
Which rookie head coach is going to find the best way to put his guys in a position to win? And to me, I think that's D'Amico Ryans. I think he's been great all season.
I-
Shane Steichen has been really good as well. But I think that CJ Stroud and the Texans are going to get it done.
I
just
think
barely.
CJ Stroud coming back, he's gonna light that fire again that the Texans need and get it done.
I got the Colts.
You got no explanation. I got to go.
We got the next game here would be
Oh gosh.
the
Yeah.
Bengals and the Browns. Colby, take this one away.
So Browns have already said they're resting starters since they've already clinched a spot. I'd like to see the Browns still win, but I also wouldn't be too upset if the Bengals did win because from what I've read, if they do win, they will be above 500 on the season, and I think that would be the first time it's ever happened where a division has all 4 teams have a winning record. So I think that would also be cool.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. No explanation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I think Bungles are gonna win. I don't really think the Browns are
Setting everybody. I mean,
right. Yeah.
this week is gonna be the hardest to pick which team to
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bungles. I think it'll be somewhat close. I think. I don't know. There really isn't a lot to talk about.
I got the Bengals as well. Next game.
Minnesota Lions.
Yep.
Oh,
Who we got there? fellas?
Lions comeback. Bounce back. not
Bounce back
comeback.
game.
Yeah.
I know the Lions are not resting starters,
Okay.
and I think that spells the end for the Vikings
Yep.
season.
Yeah.
Vikings kind of need a lot to go right. They need, I think, Seattle to lose. They need Green Bay to lose, and I think also they need the Saints to lose as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Them
that's a
getting-
lot of hoping.
Just for them to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then once you get in there, you don't even know if your quarterback's coming back, if you're gonna have a decent quarterback at that time.
Yeah, I mean, this is just not a good week to play the Lions.
Yeah. With Detroit keeping their starters in, yeah, I think they're for sure gonna get that game.
I got the Lions. Next game. Will be
J-
the Jaguars versus the Titans.
A game I'll be paying attention to.
do we know if he's playing it or not?
We don't know if Trevor is playing.
He's week to week.
Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna say because if he plays, they'll probably have a better shot.
Yep.
I'm gonna go off of the assumption that he's playing, but he's not gonna be at 100% because the Jaguars right now they're in full on panic mode
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they need Trevor to play.
Yep. They've been struggling.
What do you got?
So-
So who do you got there? If Trevor plays, you got the Jaguars, and if not, it's the Titans.
No, I'm going with the Titans either way.
Titans either way. Okay, what do you got then?
I got Jags. I just want to throw it out there. Random
Uh,
shot.
I
I
know.
want chaos.
Yeah.
You
I know
want that.
Will Levis went down hurt last week. I think no matter what, if he plays or if Ryan Tannehill plays, I think Texans will win, or Titans will win.
Titans.
With Derrick Henry. So I'm gonna go Titans.
Derrick
This-
Henry does destroy the Jaguars.
Yep.
That is true, but
This game I don't know about, but I got Titans. Next game here.
Jets and
Patriots.
Patriots.
The turd bowl of the NFL.
Yeah.
The game everyone cares about.
No one's gonna be watching this one.
No.
Yeah, this is a
But
throwaway
the
game.
Patriots are going to win. If this is Bill Belichick's last game, he's going to go out in a blaze of glory and he's going to beat the Jets one last time.
Yeah.
Jets, Jets, Jets.
Is Wilson released? He done?
We don't know that yet, but if he ain't, he should be.
He was rolled out.
He ain't playing.
I know he ain't playing.
If he ain't, he should be.
I think
Get rid of him.
I think Bailey Zapp's gonna have a good day.
Call Malachi and Mefford.
Y'all
He's your
need
new
to
quarterback.
I'm gonna give the Patriots.
Jets Nation. Let's go.
No,
You got
I
you
got
Bears.
Patriots.
Jets.
Patriots.
I got Patriots.
Jets. Next game here. Another game that's not going to be worth a count.
Two of the most frustrating teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
The Saints are pretty bad. They have not really played anyone good. Because all their wins have come from the Panthers twice, the Giants, and then some other bottom feeders. I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
I'm going probably the same. I got the Falcons. Bijan Robinson cannot be stopped.
I don't know. He hasn't had really that explosive week we've been looking for, but I think this week's his week.
I
Yep.
think so. Saints need this win against the Falcons. I think they're gonna try as hard
Teams
as
need it.
I think they're gonna try as hard as they can to win the division because the Falcons are only 7-9,
Dolphins can also win the division.
Yeah.
It's the same scenario on both sides. They just need a Buccaneers loss.
Yeah,
Yep,
and it goes
and
down
that's
to
the
a
game
tie.
coming up here.
And if the Buccaneers lose this
And if the
game,
Buccaneers lose, what do you think, Eli? Who you got on this one?
I don't trust Todd Bowles as a head coach, and as I said, I want chaos. Carolina's winning this game.
I agree. I don't want the Bucks to win because I know people who are Bucks fans, so I always root against them. So I want Carolina to sweep them away with this.
I got Carolina as well.
I'm taking the Bucks. Both of you are. Dude, no. Bucks. Panthers are not winning another game.
Baker Mayfield has been playing pretty well.
Yes.
The Bears got the best pick in
The
the NFL
Bears.
draft because they traded with the
Oh,
Panthers here for this pick so they could have Bryce Young or whatever. And look how that turned out for you.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Bears and Green Bay.
Bears and Green Bay. What do we got? I'll start this one.
Yeah. Give us an explanation.
Green Bay.
Oh, God.
What do you think, Green Bay?
What do you think?
Why Green Bay?
Green Bay.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love is going to show out 360 and 4 touchdowns. 360
big
and 4
day.
touchdowns.
That's a big day.
I think the Bears are going to win this. I think Justin Fields has been having a good season once he came back.
Him and DJ Moore have been locking.
I think he's gonna have 300 plus yards, and DJ Moore is gonna have 150 plus probably.
Justin Fields will be benched after halftime.
I don't think the Packers are quite ready to give up the ownership belt yet, so I'm going to go with Green Bay here.
All right, we're split 2-2.
All right, Green Bay, Jordan Love, 360 and 4. Mark my words. I'll be back on the channel tomorrow.
On tomorrow?
I'm going back on the channel tomorrow. Game here, how we were talking about Russell Wilson being benched and possibly cut.
Raiders.
We got Raiders here with who's there?
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell.
Yep.
Yes, O'Connell.
Hey,
Yeah.
What we got here?
he's leading
This
them.
game actually, believe it or not, does have some playoff
Meaning to it.
implications.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's something about the Broncos win. ain't it?
Yes. Because if the Steelers were to lose, the Steelers would then need a Broncos win in order to sneak in. Because it would go based off strength of schedule. This is a tough one. Both teams are not great, but I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I think
With
just
Steelers.
barely.
Broncos.
Steelers fan.
No.
You gotta go with Broncos.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not confident about it.
I think I'm gonna go with the Raiders. Aiden
Yep.
O'Connell.
You got Raiders. Well,
Aiden
Yep.
O'Connell, Devontae Adams.
Javonte Williams is gonna eat that team alive.
Broncos country.
Nah, Aiden O'Connell's gonna.
Broncos country. Let's ride. That's who I got.
This game, let's cry.
This game. All right. What do we got, Bam?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Tush push.
Colby.
Giants.
Giants.
Eagles Eagles win. Jalen Hurts 3 rushing touchdowns.
Giants.
Just barely.
Giants gonna.
Giants. Colby.
Eagles have been struggling the
call right
past
across the
season or the past weeks. I think Giants. I think Wandell's gonna have him a decent game, and I think the Giants are gonna find a way to creep by in the end.
All right.
No.
Game winning field goal.
DeVito, baby.
He
Vito
ain't
don't
playing.
even play.
He ain't playing. Learn your NFL.
This is
Yeah.
this will be a game probably nobody in the group will watch.
I might tune in just for a little bit. See if DK does any more sign language.
What do we got?
I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Kyler Murray's gonna have
Yeah,
250
Kyler's
yards, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he's gonna have a good game.
I'm going
Seahawks are gonna pull this out by 10.
staying on business.
Seahawks by 10.
Seahawks by 10. Unfortunately, with how I predicted earlier, if the Packers are winning, it will not be enough for the Seahawks to make the playoffs.
What do you got, Bam?
Staying on business. DK Metcalf.
Yes. I'll go with Seahawks as well.
Over here.
Yep. Sorry. Look, Freddie fault. He hit the mics.
Yeah, my bad. Next game.
Next game here will be.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good, McCarthy. I got it. Next game here is Chiefs and Taylor Swift versus
The Swifties versus the Chargers.
Yep.
Yep.
If
The Holmes is not playing.
Is he the only Chief?
are we
I'm pretty
going
sure.
22?
I know maybe Travis Kelce, but as far as I know, Patrick Mahomes is not playing.
If Kelsey doesn't play, will Taylor Swift be there? Hot take.
I don't think so.
What we got?
they'll probably be together up top.
You think they'll be?
At this point, I think the Chargers have given up on the season. Give me the Chiefs.
Chiefs?
It'll be an ugly game.
I'm giving the Chargers.
The Chiefs
can catch the
Chiefs
ball.
have been struggling. I mean, they have bad communication.
Wide receiver.
Both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, fighting, arguing, throwing helmets. Even against the Chargers, I think they're not going to be able to win, especially with no Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he can really. A lot of that really good team. They got very defense. Mahomes. They got a very good receiver. I mean, they got field. It's like, well, they're great.
Runs like a cricket.
Yeah. Both teams are resting starters, by the way, in this game. Rams have announced that they're resting Kupp, Donald,
Nakua?
No, Nakua's trying to break.
They're getting.
resting Tyler Williams and Matt Stafford. I know the 49ers
Watching
are resting a
Pocket.
bunch of starters as well.
Like Purdy,
Both teams already have playoff spots locked up.
Purdy, McCaffrey, Kittle,
Ayuk probably.
Ayuk. Yeah,
Debo,
all of them are.
I'm in.
This is
Wilson probably as well.
like I said. This is one of those games you can't really pick
Yeah, this
because it's not gonna like.
it's not the normal.
Yeah.
So you can't really.
49ers.
Yeah.
We go Rams. I think.
Puka.
I think.
Yeah.
I think Puka's only end up going to play maybe until he breaks the record or a quarter at the most. Whenever he breaks it, I think they're gonna call him just so he don't get hurt. But
Yeah.
I still think the Rams are going to find a way to get that game. Something like that probably.
Well, what we got on this game, fellas? This was a Thanksgiving game last year. What are the Cowboys sitting anybody? Or are they playing show?
They have to play people. They're trying to lock up the division.
All
Because if they lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles take it.
right. Well, they're gonna try to lock up. So
Yeah.
I've got the Cowboys. They're pretty much unstoppable at this point.
Unfortunately, this game is going to be a bloodbath with the Cowboys winning.
Yeah, I got it.
Commanders just don't have
What's on
anything.
my head?
Don't have anything enough.
No, never mind.
I got a CD Lamb
Yeah, thinking.
200-yard game.
Oh.
Oh, it's one of the animation things. I got CD Lamb having a 200-yard and a touchdown, and Dak Prescott tear him up. MVP Dak Prescott season.
No.
He's
Just
not-
because you said that,
He's not getting the MVP.
Just because you said
Cowboys will
that-
win.
we're
Dak-
going Washington.
You're going Washington.
We're going Washington just because you said that.
You going the Redskins or the Commanders?
I'm going with the Cowboys. It's
You
going to be a
going with
bloodbath.
All right,
I'm going with the Redskins. Yeah.
go the Redskins.
Yeah,
What do you
going
guys
with
you?
I got Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Hey, that's
Thank you.
racist.
We're from LA.
Um,
Miami and
this game,
Bills.
this
On
game,
to the
this will
next
be a
one.
really good game. This will be a really good game
Sunday
It's
night.
kind of a
Sunday night.
turnaround game for
to win
the
division.
for the division. And
turnaround game for the.
Potentially the most playoff lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hard part to say because Josh Allen has not played good at all.
But
This
he
season.
tends to destroy the Dolphins.
Yeah, but
And this could be a turnaround
I'm gonna
game
go with
for
the
the
Bills.
Dolphins.
Bills,
The Bills
Brennan,
are winning
I'm
this
taking
game.
last.
As
I got
mu-
Dolphins.
as much as I would love Miami to win and almost erase the Bills' playoffs chance, the Dolphins just cannot beat a very good team, and I think the Bills will find a way to win this game, even with a couple turnovers.
Who you got there? Gramps.
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Y'all, all right, I'm explaining on this one. All right, I got Dolphins because you got two gloves. He's playing elite.
Jalen Waddle may not play.
Jalen
though.
Waddle.
He didn't play very elite last week or
Well,
2 weeks ago.
he played against the best defense played against the Super Bowl champions. I'm predetermining that as well. Baltimore Ravens are going to be the Super Bowl champions. You heard it from me first before you heard it from Stephen A. Smith.
I think we should get
I
some
got-
NFL award
Yeah.
predictions.
There you go. I got NFL. We're going to all go for our Super Bowl guys here in just a second, but I am picking the Ravens as my choice. But in
Ravens
this
are not winning
game, in this game right here, I'm having the Dolphins win, and we're gonna have Tua 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill 150 yards and a touchdown. Mostert 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. There you go.
Tyreek could have 280 yards and break 2,000.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's close.
That's
What
a
do we got
lot.
here? All right, so I said we're going to do our NFL predictions on this show as well.
So you said Super Bowl, you got
Super
the
Bowl.
Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
So-
Super
Ravens,
Bowl
49ers.
predictions.
So
Ravens,
and that's
Ravens,
49ers.
Ravens 49ers.
Yeah.
33-28.
33.
That's
33-28.
Mm.
There you go.
I
Super
think
Bowl.
I definitely think it's gonna be the Ravens and 49ers.
All right, what
Those
we
are the two.
What's your score?
I want to see the Ravens. Me personally,
All
just because
Ravens.
Lamar Jackson, Washington, Louisville. I want to go see him win a championship.
All right, keep going. What's your score?
Score prediction? We'll go 30 27.
30-27 Ravens.
Yep.
Colby.
NFC, I'm gonna have the Lions making it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Mm.
It's gonna be a fun matchup. Browns fan, I'm gonna go Lions versus Browns. I'm gonna give it to the Browns. 35-24.
35-24 Lions Browns.
Yep.
You got Lions winning
No,
or Browns
Browns.
winning?
Of course, he has the Browns winning.
Hey, they got a chance. I'm a root.
All right, you're kicked off the show. You're not coming back.
Hey, it's the Browns' year.
This will be your first and last time on the
Hey,
show. Colby.
hey, Joe
Mom,
Shiesty.
what do you got?
Bills are currently the hottest team in the league.
Yes.
So I'm going to pick them to win the Super Bowl over the 49ers, 26-20.
All right, in the show, we are not coming back.
Colby.
We're gonna do some MVP or anything?
MVP Lamar.
Should be Christian McCaffrey.
Best play.
It should be them two.
But it's gonna be Lamar. That's for sure. Lamar.
It's
Lamar.
quarterback.
Lamar.
It's going to be Lamar, but it should be McCaffrey.
Rookie of the year.
Puka.
Bijan.
Stroud.
Ooh.
It's Puka or Stroud for sure.
Bijan.
I think he might have.
I don't think Bijan.
Big game.
I'm gonna give it to Puka. I'd like to see
Puka or all right, so we're all going Puka or Stroud. What do we
Yeah.
got?
I got Puka.
Puka. Colby got Puka.
Yeah.
I'll go Stroud. Stroud.
Of course.
Stroud if they make the playoffs from Coach McCarthy.
Yeah.
McCarthy, what do you got? Our Super Bowl. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl prediction.
I heard the Ravens, 49ers.
Yes.
That sounds like a good one. I don't.
Lions and Browns from Colby.
I
That's
can't,
why he's off the
I
show.
can't jump on that train.
No.
The Lions might be able to make some noise.
Then you got
them,
Bills and
Cowboys,
49ers up
them,
here.
Cowboys, 49ers, maybe in the NFC Championship.
Cowboys, 49ers, and
Cowboys, 49ers, Lions, maybe with two of those
Uh-huh.
three. And the AFC, probably the Ravens are the hottest one. I don't know
Yeah.
Who's going to knock
Yeah.
them off?
The Ravens are struggling postseason.
I don't know if anybody will be able to knock them off or not. We'll see.
All right. Well, that's the
Yeah,
that's Bell. Bell into the show.
preview for this week. See you next week.